Ladies and gentlemen, we are here right now with the 2019 edition of the legendary Hospital Christmas podcast. As you can see, I'm coming at you live and direct from Lapland.
Their music is so powerful. There's quite beyond my control.
The best thing about Lapland
When I'm in the grips of it,
is that being Santa Claus, I am the king of Lapland, and we don't have politics.
do you understand what I'm talking
So it doesn't matter what happened at the election, because we've got drum and bass. You have sent in your favourite 10 tracks from the last decade, and I've made my own chart as well. And we're going to alternate them, and we're going to kick off with your number 10 voted tune from 2010. I know, 2010 to 2019, you think it adds up to 9, but it doesn't. It adds up to 10. And you chose Kingdom by Sprawl.
400 meters, turn left. Turn left.
Massive shout out to Spore. Please come back properly as Spore. And a big shout to 2010 actually, because quite a lot was going on. Obviously on the negative side, EDM was starting. But we'll forget about that now, because on the positive side, we had the last ever hospitality at Matter. Can you believe that we finished going there 10 years ago? I cannot believe that. But it is true. Some other highlights. Oh yeah, Rusco turned up and smashed the dance after his laptop initially crashed. Shock horror. And you see headlined hospitality at Brixton in September 2010.
400 meters, turn left.
Naturally sold out in about -5 seconds. Big shout to NC. What other highlights were there? We released Netsky 1 10 years ago. Which was an absolutely brilliant liquid drum and bass album. Maybe we should do an anniversary edition. And before you ask if you're worrying about this hat, it's a dub plate. My Rave Man bag, however, is not a dub plate. Available on the hospital shop while stocks last. Expect any harmonic in-key mixing. This is the Christmas podcast. It's voted tunes, and you do not vote and I do not select in-key. We select our favourite tunes of a particular year. Now, my favourite from 2010 could only be one piece, and it is by Caliber. Obviously you can hear even if. Massive shout to Caliber
In 400 meters, turn
for
right.
giving what I thought was an amazing interview on the Grand Race Awards. Very, very rare to get to see an interview by this man.
In 200 meters, turn left.
So this is mine, London Electricity's
Turn
choice for 2010's best tune.
In 100 meters, turn right.
Let's appreciate.
400 meters, turn left. Turn left. At the roundabout, take the second exit. At the roundabout, take the second exit. At the roundabout, take the second exit. 400 meters, turn sharp left. Turn sharp left. Arrive at your destination.
And I have lost my sheet of shouts, so I better go and get it while we have this amazing tune on. Otherwise, I'll be shoutless. Hold tight. Shout in from Carl James. He says, another shout out to my little sister who couldn't attend Hospitality Estonia 2019, but it was a banging night. We're both looking forward to the Christmas special. It's a great tradition in our family. After Santa comes, by the 24th evening, everyone has to perform
You
a
have
play
arrived at
Santa
your
Claus to
destination.
obtain their present. Nice. And you have to know a lot of them, dependent on how many presents for you there are in Santa's bag. Kids will play and then go to sleep. The adults, however... Wait. The adults start to enjoy cocktails. Well, a few cocktails. And for me and my sister's delight, we will queue up the Christmas podcast. Our other relatives are not amused. But it's the same procedure every year. Yes, Carl, that sounds like a very good Christmas routine to me. It beats the Tory graph crossword. I love this tune so much. This was a complete surprise to me, as chosen by you, the audience. Your favourite tune of 2011. It's London Electricity featuring Elsa Esmeralda from the Yikes album. This is Meteorites. Shout out to Kenny Frankland, who made the most amazing cosmic video for this. If you haven't seen it, check it out on YouTube. Really dark now. Can you see the stars? Watch out for the meteorites. Here they come. Kind of hard to read shouts out because there's vocals all the way through this track. Yes, Elsa, who heralds from Sweden, which is quite close to where I come from, Lapland. Swedes tend to be third on the present run after Finland and Estonia. I've usually run out of presents by the time I go all the way around the world and come back to Russia, which is why I'm sorry Russians, but you don't normally get that many presents, so I'm sorry about that. And it looks like we're keeping things cosmic in 2011. And this is my choice, my favourite tune from 2011. It's a collaboration between the late, great Marcus Intellects and Carlos Lima, aka Spy. Celestial Navigation. Shout in from Dave Wallace, who says Christmas has come early. Looking forward to hearing the Christmas podcast. If you do call us, of course I do shout outs. Can you shout my wife Victoria, who has been indoctrinated to the drum and bass chords because of the Apex, rest in peace also, remix of Just 1 Second. Keep making the world a better place. Thank you, Dave. That's why we're here, that's why we try and do what we do. Payne sending a Christmas shout out to his amazing love, Kimberly Sampson. He says, I wish for another year of amazing music and love. Merry Christmas to you and all the hospital crew. And I want to send a shout out to Matthias and all the crew who run Curve manufacture, our royalty accounting software, and they sent us a rather nice box of chocolates. You see, if you send in chocolates, you get shouts, simple as that. And in 2011, we hosted our first ever hospitality in Miami, which is in the United States of America, and it featured DJ Craze, Nick Sky and Danny Bird, in an amazing indoor, outdoor venue. And Danny was playing vinyl, and a kid came up to him and said, "What are those big CDs that you're playing?" My own children have actually asked me that very same question at home, but they were about 3 at the time. Obviously, I'm not making any comments about EDM ravers at all. Let's move on to 2012. What is your favourite tune of 2012? I think you can tell, can't you? It is, of course, Fred V and Graphics, Major Happy. there are various theories floating around the internet as to why Fred V and Graphics decided to kind of like divide like a single cell organism into two amoeba. One theory is so they wouldn't have to keep playing Major Happy because they played it too many times. I don't think it's possible to play it too many times personally. It's fun. And in 2012, we returned to Fabric with Hospitality, and in room 2, we booked Schach de France, which was like some kind of mad Duke dance hall German band, so that we could all go mental in room 2, apparently. I don't remember any of this. I actually don't remember any of the last decade at all, by the way, so I'm kind of here like a very, very objective bystander. I don't remember anything I've done or any of the music that I've made. Who's this? Shouting from Simon Muir, who got his second signed copy of something. He's in Canada. He said, my first signed copy was yikes. I just want to say that again. Oh, yeah, well he likes my new album, that's nice, it's really nice, thank you very much. The album's called Building Better Worlds. And so it's not really sickly. Simon says things like quality of sound, serious stuff, incredible sound, orgasm in my ears, boom boom in my car. Thanks again, Tony. I just get really embarrassed when there's like, you know, people like things you've done too much. Total coincidental key mix. Yes. What was my favourite tune of 2012? Well, I think you probably all know. You must know. It is, of course, this. Now, interesting thing about this tune is it predates Technomatic. Is when they were still called Technicolor and Chromatic. So this is Technicolor and Chromatic and LSB, Rotary Motion. Phenomenal piece of music, timeless. My favourite tune of 2012. As you can see, I am now driving my sleigh across the desert. It's probably Arizona, I can't really tell. There's just loads of sand everywhere and I'm going quite fast. I feel like we're in Breaking Bad. out to Ed Friction.
Hey Josh, you are so close to the Hall of Fame. I wish I could just cheat you in, but I won't.
And David Neagle says what he wants for Christmas is to be well again. But a cracking good podcast will certainly help. David, I want you to be well again as well. I'm going to try and bring you that present. And Jez Armstrong wants to not have the flu. That probably applies to most people I know. Nikki, with lots of eyes after her name. Well, she wants quite a simple present, good tunes. Nikki, you're not going to be disappointed because I know what's coming up next year. I can see into the future. We've now moved on to 2013. And I think you know what this is. Check out those signifiers, those idents at the beginning. One of the best tunes of the entire decade. This is New Logic, Everlasting Days. You have extraordinarily good taste. Shout out to Lifford on vocals. Shout out to Dan Gresham and Matt Gresham, aka Newtone and Logistics, and the rest of the Gresham family, because they're all amazing. Chose Everlasting Days. I chose Weightless. Quite a lot of you chose Weightless as well, but you were just pipped to the post by Everlasting Days. From Etherwood's first album, which is called Etherwood, this This is Weightless, and this is the tune that accompanied me falling off the stage in Moscow, gashing open my head, and giving myself 6 months of concussion, but I still managed to get up and get back on stage and get back in the mix. However, I can tell you that I know what it's like to try and fly. I can also tell you that Russian stages do not have safety tape along the edge to show you where the edge is. So yeah, as you can see, we're now in England, and I've had to put my woolly hat on. This is actually the original knitted pom-pom hat that we probably were selling around about 2013. I think we made about 50 of them, maybe 80, and it was from a factory in Wales, and they were actually hand knitted by members of the Women's Institute. It's true. We tried to reorder a second batch, but sadly they'd all passed away. So I prize this hat, I really do. Massive shout out to everyone in the Women's Institute who listens to drum and bass. Shout in from Ute, who says, "Hi Tony, on the 5th of June this year I decided to listen to every single hospital podcast upload from start to finish. Yesterday I finished, and it only took 5.5 months. And I've got to tell you, it was a blast. But what do I do now? Do I go for round 2? Anyway, keep on pumping out those podcasts, and I hope there will be at least 400 more to come. Ute, I think you should listen to them all backwards. See if you can endure that, because honestly, anyone who can endure listening to all of the podcasts can basically endure anything. Oh my gosh. This is the sound of 2014, as voted by you, and what a selection, I may say. The sound of Larry Calix on vocals. It's Calix and TB. Elevate this sound.
Somewhere in between, fear of something. It seemed to have a hold on me. Then I changed, and I could take my mind wherever. Thoughts rearranged, and then the colors back together. Now I found the visions in my dreams unbound. Music melts down. It's time to elevate this sound.
Such a tune.
It's time to elevate this sound.
Big shout out to Larry Calix and TB.
Music melts down. It's time to elevate this sound.
I've got a lot of respect for any duos who make music together, who keep it going for year upon year. It's not easy.
It had to be now or never, 'cause I was going round in circles, lost forever. I couldn't overcome the hurdles, all or nothing. It was never somewhere in between, fear of something. It seemed to have a hold on me. Then I changed, and I could take my mind wherever. Thoughts rearrange, and blend the colors back together. Now I found the visions in my dreams unbound. Music melts down. It's time to elevate this sound.
So 2014. What were our kind of event-based highlights? Let's have a look. Oh, we did our first ever barbecue at Studio 338. It was incredible. It was unbelievably hot. The main room was like a greenhouse. I was still playing dub plates and they were melting.
Now or never,
They did actually go soft.
forever. All or nothing. Fear of something. Then I changed. Thoughts rearranged. Now I found music melts down. It's time to elevate this sound.
I asked my Instagram followers about an hour ago what they wanted for Christmas, and about 5 of them have replied. A Chavalzan says, I already have received the main Christmas present, the Building Better World CD. Big thanks again. Well, that's lovely of you to say that. And someone called J. Gomez Duran, who I think is actually a dog, says, I want you for Christmas, Tony. Like, it's a private account and there's just a picture of a dog. So, that's why I'm saying that. No other reason. And Miss Baltica says, I would like all my health issues to be gone. Yeah, I know I'm asking for a miracle. Well, they can happen. Stekodat, of course, is asking for a socialist government and a better future for all. As I'd said, in Lapland we don't do politics. But for the rest of the world, well, we may have to wait a while.
400 meters, turn right.
My favourite tune from 2014. And it's taken me a few years to actually realise this. But it is by Logistics, and it is the amazing Wanderlust. updated classic. Claire Rose Lloyd says, "Hi Tony, hello Claire. Can I get a shout out from my husband and I? The weekend before Christmas we'll be celebrating our 5th wedding anniversary and his 30th birthday. You were going to give a shout out last year in Australia, but then you deleted your social media and I don't think the podcast from there happened. It actually happened from New Zealand last year. Have a look, it's there, it's still there. It's a good one as well." Ashley, shout out to Chris from Breaking Beats in New Zealand. Anyway, Claire says, "I wanted us to go to the dock and the beach next year, having an epic 2020 to celebrate our 5 years of marriage, both turning 30 and probably the last year before we start a family. But, what? We've now got a friend's wedding and we can't go to either. Must be a long wedding." That's a lame excuse. I'm truly gutted. Please be doing the part next year so that I can get my fix. I may even have to put off having babies so that I can go to the beach in 2021. Don't quite know what to say about that. I don't think we should put off having babies. Well, maybe we should. You see, it's all kind of relevant, you know. It's like, or relative, I should say. Babies are simultaneously the best things and the worst things in your life when you have them. I realise that I have just made every mother who listens to this podcast seethe with anger by saying what I just said, because men have no idea at all whatsoever about how difficult it is to have a baby and then raise a baby. And it's true, I don't have any idea. There's no way I could dig myself out of that grave. I'm in there. There's only one remedy, and that is for you to vote for Noisia, producing the best track of 2015. It's incessant. As you can see, I am now in an industrial, post-apocalyptic landscape. Oh, it's not. Okay. I thought I was. It's actually a toy shop. I wonder what London Electricity chose as his best tune of 2015. You won't be able to guess. right, jazz brass band. And their cover version of Beautiful Lies, written by B Complex. And this appeared in the Christmas Cracker of 2015. Christmas Eve 2015. It's absolutely essential that we reload this tune from the beginning. And talking about Beautiful Lies, you may remember from podcast 400, which was on a boat, that we threw Boris Johnson off the side of the boat into the Thames. Now, obviously, everyone on board thought that he would have drowned. It certainly looked like it, because he can't swim. However, he's back. So Boris, have you got anything to say about Beautiful Lies? I don't understand. Was that a denial or was that an affirmation? What I mean is, have we got years and years and years of lives? I hope we've got years of lives. Have we got years of lies ahead of us? I think that's yes. Boris, I don't know what to do. You seem to have 9 lives. I've tried to drown you. I can't set you on fire in here because there are smoke detectors. I'm not sure what to do. I can just try hanging you. I don't know. Anyway, I hope to not see you soon. Have a very unhappy Christmas, Boris. Yeah, see you later. For your 2016 choice, you actually chose my favourite tune, which is quite hard to mix in with the brass band, but it's this. It is of course The View. It's DRS featuring LSB and Tyler Daly. Massive shout to Del. And nice speech on the drum and bass with Del. That was wicked.
The only thing that ever really changed was you.
see the view behind me is changing rapidly at the moment.
Now I know I'll never be the same.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Been a long, long
Recalculating route.
since I had you. And now that you're so close, when all that I need most is some time away from you.
In 2015 held some very, very sweet and bitter memories for us. We had Diane Charlemagne coming into the office early in the year to record vocals for Etherwood's Caption. She came bowling up the stairs, hugged everybody, tried to round up everybody to sing with her. She was a force of nature. And then very, very sadly, towards the end of the year,
Really changed
she passed away.
was the view.
Massive shout out to Diane Charlemagne. Right up there.
Now I know I'll never be the same 'cause of you.
And drum and bass will never be the same because of her.
It's been a long, long time since I had you. Oh, and now that you're so close, when all that I need most
Turn around
is some time
when it is
away
safe to do so.
And we are halfway through the decade. What did I choose? My favourite tune after you stop this tune for me.
In 400 meters, turn left. Turn right.
Have you got it yet? Yes, a consummate piece of high energy loungecore produced by the one and only Hugh Hardy. This is Light It Up.
Recalculating. 400 meters, turn sharp right.
Luke Gibbons says, I'd love a shout out for Christmas, firstly because I'm a huge fan of you and the label, but more importantly, I'm hoping my friends that listen will become inspired to attend Hospitality on the Beach 2020. Well, they better not hang about. Tickets are selling 50% faster than they sold last year. We all attended the first ever one, and we were the OG beach crew, and we haven't been able to go since. It was amazing this year. Merry Christmas to you, your family, and everyone involved in Hospital Records. Big love. Luke Gibbons. Yes, Luke. Thank you, mate. Have a wicked Christmas. Andy Nord says, well, I want to work with your beautiful label. But this fantastic desire is almost like believing in miracles. Merry Christmas, my dear musicians. I wish you even more releases and even more cool parties. Cheers.
Turn around when it is
People
safe
nice.
to do so. I know I'm going to get a lot of aggro from upstairs for wearing this dub plate hat, but it is a dub plate.
There are only 2 in the world, as far as I know. Okay, now let's see what you, the public, in your expertise chose as the best tune of 2017. I'll try and mix it. I don't know what key it's in. You chose Keno featuring Abbey Rose, Is This the Way?
Turn left.
An excellent choice, I may add.
You have arrived at your destination.
I have missed out on some event news. So in 2015, we put on our first ever India show, selling it out, and then we realised that drum and bass was truly becoming a worldwide phenomenon. In 2016, we did the first edition of Hospitality in the Park, taking for us a massive, massive event risk. But we were rewarded by the faith of our audience and we sold all 10,000 tickets. I also locked Mullet in the studio and he set the alarm off in 2016. And one day, and this was actually captured on CCTV, but unfortunately, well, probably fortunately, not archived. I drove into the car park of the old hospital building, got out of my car, and there was this really horrible smell. And I looked around, and there behind a pile of pallets was a woman squatting, doing her business. So obviously, I kind of told her what I thought of her, and she pulled her dress up and ran off. And this has been given to me by hospital staff. This is one of their highlights, 2016, which tells you a lot about them, actually. 2017, we put on our first ever 3-room multi-warehouse hospitality event at Bristol